Welcome everyone to What's Cooking at Our House. I'm Connie Hampton.
And I'm Dottie Phelps, and I'd like to once again welcome you to my home and especially to my kitchen. And
The working kitchen.
it's a working kitchen, that's
working
for
kitchen.
sure. That's for sure.
Well, and the good thing about the working kitchen, you have all the toys here.
Oh yes, I have all the toys. I have all the gadgets and well, I don't have all of them,
Well, I don't know.
I have a lot of them. So,
well, and Dottie and I first started this, we would gather all of our stuff, haul it to the Chamber of Commerce that used to be located downtown Malden, and we would hopefully have everything that we needed, and sometimes we got there and didn't have what we needed.
that's true.
And so we had to do a little ad-libbing, and we did that very well. But so I'm very glad that Dottie's opened up her home and we're here. So if we're thinking, oh, we need a little bit more salt or we need a little bit of this, it's right here at our hands' reach. So thank you for letting us come in.
It's my pleasure.
We've been doing this, I'm not sure,
About 6 years. Yeah.
So, and we're still 29. So anyway, we're having a good time, and we're going to be using a
Something we've never used before.
an herb.
It's an herb.
It's an herb. I've been trying to say vegetable.
Well,
And the lady behind me, I had this in my little shopping cart bag, little plastic shopping thing, and she was like, "Excuse me, ma'am, but what is that?" And I said, "Well, it's fennel, but I'm not sure what it is. I just know it's fennel." So Dottie got her book out this afternoon, and we did a little research, and it is a herb, and you can do a lot of different things with that, actually.
that's true. Medicinal.
Right.
It's also you can use it on your face, and,
Right.
and you make a tea out of it.
Right.
And the top of it, you can also use that. But now this when you cook it, the tops of it, it breaks down real quickly. So if you are using it in a dish, you want to put it in toward the last of the cooking time.
Right.
It looks a lot like fresh dill.
Right.
It
Doesn't have an aroma or anything.
well, no.
Doesn't really smell.
Not that, no. I'm anxious to see when I cut it if it does.
Right.
But what we're going to be using today is we're just going to be using the white part.
Right.
And we're going to slice that, and we're going to fry it in the skillet
Right.
in some oil.
What we're cooking today, or what we're fixing, we are cooking. We're not just throwing it together. We do have to do a
No,
little
we are
cooking.
cooking.
Mixed summer pasta. We're going to be using 4 ounces of green beans cut into small pieces, and we've already been cooking those before we came on because of time. We're going to be using 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 bunch of scallions sliced diagonally, 4 ounces of red cherry tomatoes, 2 cups of shelled shrimp, 1 tablespoon of sour cream, 1 tablespoon of whole grain mustard.
That's true.
And what is whole grain mustard?
Well, it's made with whole grains mustard, I guess. Huh?
Sounds healthy then.
It's
It's
got-
got grain in it. And that comes in a jar.
Yes.
Okay.
I've got it over
Because
here.
when we first read this, it said whole grain mustard. Well, the only thing I could think of was dry mustard, and that's not right at all.
No.
So Miss Dottie purchased that, and there it is.
It's a dark mustard. And
It's got some
you can
stuff in it.
Well, it's the seeds. That's where it gets the whole grain.
mustard seeds.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
It smells good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very good. We're going to be using a tablespoon of that, 12 ounces of curly spaghetti, or any kind of spaghetti that somebody would want. Maybe not the long spaghetti.
I wouldn't use the long
Bow
spaghetti.
tie or
yeah.
shell or
yeah.
whatever. A half of our fennel bulb that Dottie's slicing right now. Also, we're going to be using 4 ounces of yellow cherry tomatoes, so we're going to have some wonderful color. 2 tablespoons of fresh dill chopped, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, a little salt, a little ground pepper, and we're going to be using some fresh dill sprigs that we're going to garnish with. So,
Out of my garden.
out of your garden.
My herb garden.
You go, girl.
Yeah.
Very good.
Well, I like to have fresh dill. I use fresh dill in my potato salad,
yes.
and I like to have fresh dill because in the store it's extremely expensive.
Hmm.
So I like to keep some here.
Now this kind of looks like the what was
The
it?
root of a celery.
No. What did we use that everybody thought was a big onion?
Jicama. No.
No. Shoot far.
Oh, leeks.
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 That kind of looks, after it's sliced, it kind of looks
Yeah.
similar to the leek. But we really had to wash those leeks and get a lot of the dirt
Yeah,
out of those.
your leeks. You have to cut them down the
And there's
halfway, and then
there's still no aroma to this.
no, I don't.
Yes, there is.
Is there?
Yes, there is.
Oh yeah, and they say this. I've never used it before, so this is something new for me.
Mhm.
But they say it has a licorice taste.
That's what it smells like.
So
Yeah.
I'm not wild about licorice, so I'm hoping that it's not too overpowering.
We're cutting these at a diagonal.
Yes. And when I cut my green beans today, I cut them diagonal also. More of this area is exposed, and I think it tastes better.
Sure.
You get more flavor if you cut them on the diagonal. So, or that's my belief. Now whether that's true or not, I don't know. But
Sounds good to me.
sounds real good, doesn't it?
I'm impressed.
Oh, okay. Well, I love to impress people.
Oh, golly. We cook the beans in the saucepan, and then we're going to drain those. We're going to cook the pasta, which the pasta's cooking right now. And we're going to heat some oil in our skillet and fry the fennel and the scallions for about 5 minutes. Then we're going to stir in the cherry tomatoes and fry those for about 5 minutes. Add our dill and our shrimp and cook that for about 1 minute. Stir in some lemon juice, our mustard, our sour cream, our other seasonings, and our beans, and simmer that for about 1 minute. And then drain our pasta, toss it with our sauce, and serve immediately, garnished with our dill. So we're going to have a real colorful presentation.
It's going to be good.
Gonna good. We need to take this to the
Yes,
stove.
this needs to go to the
We're
stove.
going to the stove. Okay.
I've already, like I said, I've already cooked the beans.
Right.
And
so
I've
they're-
already got those drained, and they're ready to go.
I'm going to sit this over here.
Okay. Now,
Okay.
let's see. I'm going to heat this oil and
Do your fennel and
yeah. I was going to say, you give me my steps, Connie, and
Okay,
I'll.
you got it. You're heating the oil, and you're going to fry the sliced fennel and the scallions for about 5 minutes.
I want to see if this is
Al
done.
dente.
Now this is ready. I got to get that out of there, or
Okay.
otherwise it will overcook, and I don't like it
Overcooked pasta.
overcooked pasta.
Not good.
So I'm going to get that out, and I'm going to go ahead and drain it.
Okay. Okay, this is a controversy here. When you drain your pasta, do you run water over
No.
it? Okay, because a lot of people think you should.
No, no.
And we just need to kind of give that little tidbit out there to
You
everybody.
want, yeah. No, I don't. You don't wash your pasta. If you washed your pasta,
Right.
your sauce is not going to stick to it
Right,
because you've washed all that starch off of there.
right.
Okay.
But you see a lot of people do that.
A lot of people do,
Right.
but I don't, because like I said, your sauce is not going to stick to
Right.
it.
These are gorgeous.
Yes, it's going to make a colorful dish.
Yes.
Let's see if we're ready here. Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
think we're ready. I'm going to put in the fennel.
We did have to go out of town for the fennel, and we did have to go out of town for the yellow cherry tomatoes.
Yes.
But other than that, everything else is local.
Right.
And again, try to keep it where you don't have to run all over the country. We're going
Yeah.
to cook this for about 5 minutes, Miss Dottie.
Okay. That won't take long for that to
Right.
get kind of, you want it probably to get, I don't know about that fennel, but normally onions you want it to get translucent,
Right.
but we'll see what happens here. And you know what, one thing I found interesting, was you think of those cherry tomatoes, you think of them in a salad,
Cold.
cold,
Not cooked.
not cooked.
Right.
And when you think of the cooked tomatoes, you open a can or,
Right.
but that says to cook them in here, and that's what it calls for, is those small tomatoes. So
Right.
we'll see. This is a new experience.
This is our challenge for the day.
Our challenge for the day. Okay, once this is cooked, I add the tomatoes. Is that correct?
Correct, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
When do I add the green beans?
After we add the tomatoes and do that for about 5 minutes, then we're going to add the dill and shrimp and cook that for about a minute.
All right, now I've got this dill, and I went ahead and chopped that up this afternoon, so it's ready to go.
Fresh dill.
Yes.
That's going to smell really good.
That does smell good.
I
love that fresh
I
dill.
love dill dip.
Yeah,
Dill dip
I do
is good.
too.
Very good. Then after we do the dill and the shrimp, then we stir in the lemon juice.
When do we put the green beans in?
I'm getting there, honey.
Oh, okay.
You just have to hold your britches.
Well, I'm getting ahead of myself.
I'll try to read it right and not miss anything.
Okay, well, I wouldn't want to miss anything.
Oh, smelling good.
That is smelling
It's
good.
not smelling like
No.
what I thought it would.
Well, I always heard it would taste like licorice,
No.
but it doesn't
No.
smell like licorice.
Well, with the onions together with it, maybe they're mixing
I
and
don't
kind of
know.
cutting that odor.
I don't-
Odor, aroma, not odor.
I don't know, but it's...
And the fennel is looking kind of like onions.
yes, it is.
It is kind of getting translucent like you talked about.
And it that kind of broke up into ringlets or half circles or whatever.
Right.
And I think we're about ready. Yeah, to put those tomatoes in.
Okay. Beautiful.
This is going to be a beautiful dish.
This is going to be a picture.
Now, how long do I cook that?
About 5 minutes.
About 5 minutes. Okay. That is going to be a beautiful dish.
Yes, it is. I don't know.
You taste with your eyes first.
Right,
you know?
right.
Okay.
And a lot of times Dottie and I cook stuff that we've never tried before, and we end up just loving it and cooking it a lot. I know Dottie and I were talking earlier. She ran into a gentleman this weekend. If you'll share that with them and your cake story.
Yes. I judged a barbecue in Memphis, Tennessee this weekend, and sat down there at the table, and this gentleman was sitting across from me, and of course everybody would say, well, where are you from? I'm so-and-so, and where are you from? And so he told me, he said, I'm from Little Rock. He said, where are you from? And I said, I'm from Malden, Missouri. And he said, oh, I know where that is. He said, I was in your town. He said, 2 years ago in February for the ice storm.
Right.
He was one of the electric guys that came in here and
restored
us all. And I asked him, I said, well, did you stay at the motel? And he said, oh, yes, ma'am, I sure did. And I told him, I said, did you get any of the vodka chocolate cake that I took out there? And he said, he looked at me real funny and he said, as a matter of fact, I did.
Right, right.
And I said, well, I made that. I said, I was without power, so I took everything, all my ingredients down to the church and used their oven. And I said, I made 3 of them, and I said, I cut them and wrapped them and put a fork in there and took them all out to the motel.
Right, right.
And he said, well, I'm going to tell you something. He said, we were treated like royalty in Malden.
That's great.
He said people would want to give us coffee and hot chocolate and food. And he said, we were treated like royalty. And I said, well, to us, you were royalty.
Right.
Because we were so grateful to get our power back on.
Right.
Right. Okay, Connie, what's next?
We're going to add the dill and the shrimp and cook that for just about a minute.
Okay. I love this dill. That's really going to be smelling good. Okay.
The tomatoes are just looking pretty.
Goes the shrimp.
And the shrimp.
This is 2 cups of shrimp.
Okay.
And I bought a package. There was it said about 41 to 50, I think. And it was like a pound. So that's about what you're going to need.
Okay. Those are nice size shrimps.
Yes, they are.
Very good. And we're going to stir that all together for about a minute. The dill is really bringing it out.
Yes, it is.
It really is.
Really smells good. Now that shrimp was already cooked,
Right.
so
Just have to heat it up.
yeah, that's really all you're doing here.
Right.
Is just trying to get it
Right.
warm.
Very good. Looking good. Smelling good. Okay, Miss Dottie, we're going to now stir in the lemon juice and our mustard.
How much mustard did that say?
1 tablespoon.
That looks like a tablespoon
Looks
to me.
good. And our sour cream, which we've got that measured. Something's getting into your Google.
Yeah, it is.
And our seasoning, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper.
Okay. Now I seasoned the pasta.
As you cooked it.
Yes.
Right.
This is smelling so good.
And it's looking so good.
Mm-hmm.
It looks fancy.
Yeah, it
You know what
does.
I'm
And
saying?
you see how easy it was.
Right. Right. All it needs is some mushrooms.
Yeah, I like mushrooms.
It's like we critique every recipe. It's like, well, I need a little bit more of this. But I like mushrooms and stuff like this. Okay, we're going to simmer that for a minute. Our pasta's already drained, so we're ready to
Are we
drain.
going to mix that in with that? Is that what we
It
do?
says to drain the pasta and toss with the sauce.
Okay, this is
So
the
we're gonna-
sauce.
so we're going to put that in there. And then serve immediately.
Okay.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah. Dump it in. Man.
This is a skillet full of yummy, yummy. Oh, this is great.
This is going to be so good.
Yes, ma'am.
Everything we cook's good.
You know, over the 6 years, there's been just a couple of things that I just really didn't care for, which, my gosh, how much have we cooked?
Oh, a bunch.
And I don't know if I was just having a bad day or what, but
You remember what it was?
usually if it's food, I'll eat it.
You remember what it was?
The pizza soup I didn't care for.
Oh, okay.
And that's one of your daughter's favorite things.
Yeah?
I don't know.
Didn't care for it?
I might have been having a bad day.
Well,
That's the one that sticks out in my mind. I don't know why.
you know, that's why you try this stuff, and if you don't
Right.
like it, just, oh, look here, Connie.
Green beans? Yes. You were worried about the green beans.
Yeah. Well, they were already cooked, so we're just going to, see, that gives it that
That
pretty
extra
color.
depth
Mhm.
in the color. Yeah. And we're going to put this in. Let me stir that while you find us something to serve in. And we'll present. We've already got the heat off, though.
Yes, I
Okay.
turned the heat off. I think probably what I need to do, Connie, is just put some in this. That should show up good in that, don't
Oh,
you think?
yes. Perfect. Perfect. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, boy.
Now, will Bill eat something like this?
Bill cannot eat shrimp. Bill is allergic to shellfish, so he'll have to just suffer.
Well, he won't eat the salad either, will he?
No.
Well, he's going to be hungry tonight, ain't he?
It's his own fault. Well, and Tyler wasn't a salad eater, but he ate chickens. Anyway, we're going to have to bring these guys. Ooh, that's pretty.
Isn't that pretty?
Pretty, 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 pretty.
Let me get a
Mixed,
something to put that on, and
mixed summer pasta.
we'll try a bite of it, Connie.
Oh, yes. Again, Dottie always says you eat with your eyes. If you'll notice all the colors, we've got the yellows, we've got the reds, we've got the greens, we've got a little bit of orange there and the shrimp. Beautiful, beautiful.
You know what? If you had some bread, hot bread with that,
You got a meal,
you got a meal.
absolutely. Looking
And that
good.
shrimp, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's try a bite.
Fresh
Connie.
green beans. Good stuff.
Yeah, those were fresh green beans.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try some of that fennel.
Mm-hmm. Where is the fennel? I don't see any there. We'll find some. Good.
It definitely has a licorice taste,
Not much though.
but not much. It's not bad.
Mm-mm.
Here, Connie, there's some.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not overpowering.
Mm-mm.
And I kind of thought it might be, because I don't care for licorice, but some people do, you know.
I don't like licorice.
Mm.
But that does not taste like licorice.
Very good.
Mm-hmm.
I recommend this. You know, you could even grate some Parmesan cheese on that too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Doesn't call for it, but you could do it.
Mm-hmm.
Again, your recipe is just a guideline. Just, you know, you don't have to.
Mushrooms. Mushrooms. Someone was talking the other day about how good mushrooms are for you.
Yes,
There's
yes.
been like a new study out lately about how good they're for your health.
Well, I like mushrooms.
I do too.
I love those morel mushrooms. Can't find them around here.
Now, that's
but-
not the big one, is it?
No, that's portobello.
Okay, right.
The morel are those. They're about that long, and they look like a sponge.
Ah,
Oh, you saute them in butter. Oh man.
anything
When-
in butter.
Yeah. When I lived in Kirksville, they were very plentiful up there, and people would go out. I mean, they had a party, you know, gathering mushrooms and then come back and fix them. And
Oh wow.
oh yeah,
I love
it was
stuffed
wonderful.
mushrooms.
Yeah, I do too.
Those are good. Those are good. Miss Dottie, another success.
Looks good to me.
I can see us doing this again. The bad thing is we don't have fennel locally, and we don't have the yellow cherry tomatoes.
Right. Yellow.
Yellow. We've got the ribbon, not the
Well,
yellow.
you know, if you don't have the fennel, you know, maybe I don't know. It wouldn't matter that much, I guess.
No.
But it does give it a distinctive taste, and
Right.
it's not overpowering. It's just really a nice
Right.
really a nice taste.
Mixed summer pasta, another success story here at What's Cooking in Our House. I'm Connie Hampton. Thank you for joining us. If you'd like this recipe or any other recipes that you've seen on YHTV, send Miss Dottie an email.
At recipes@yhctv.com, and I'll get them right back to you.
And we're so glad you joined us. And Miss Dottie, thank you for letting us, or hosting us.
It's my
Being
pleasure.
the hostess with the mostest.
All right.
We come in, make a mess, and have a good time, and we clean up, and we do it again,
That's-
and it's just a good time to be together, and hopefully that you can get together and do some fun cooking with your friends or even with your family.
Oh, sure.
And we have used some pretty dishes,
Yes.
not just the old plain Janes,
Right.
and make everybody feel a little special when you gather for your family meals. Thank you again for watching us. Have a safe and happy day. Stay cool, and we'll see you next time.
Okay. Be good now. Bye.